A fault is a weakness, a defect, a fracture. Faults divide, tear, and consume. Here in the city of Chester's Chasm, we struggle to maintain that precarious balance over the precipice in the earth, in our lives, and in our hearts. This story is about 4 teenagers with faults of their own.
The fault between my faith and freedom.
The fault between my family and identity.
The fault between my choice and my obligation.
The fault between my life and death.
As these fractures grow, we stand at the edge and ask, what must we sacrifice to sate the void's endless hunger? Is it possible that the answer lies within all our faults?
Hello, and welcome to All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast from the Tabletop Tale Spinners Network. I am Kellie, and I play Crispin. Mistress Winter is in the middle of a big household move, so I'll be your host for this episode. This chapter is part 1 of an intense series of events. These next few chapters mark the thrilling halfway point of our story. The lives of our protagonists will be shattered and forever changed, so drop, cover, and hold on to your butts as our world begins to quake. Here's a quick recap of how we got to this point. Saline, our beautiful half-fae princess, has been captured by a wolf creature of the Wild Hunt. The young woman has been dragged through the woods as the wolf avoids pursuit in its efforts to return to the portal below the Cascade Falls. Michael, the antagonistic vampire, and Bert, a servant of death, were planning to ambush the wolf at the falls. While the importance of saving Saline was enough to cause Michael to deny his master's call, the weight proved too much for the vampire. He discarded his care for the princess, instead turning his attention to Bert, leading the two to actualize their affections for each other in a passionate embrace. The afterglow is short-lived, however, as Michael encourages Bert to run and seek more help. Meanwhile, Crispin, an initiate in a zealous Christian sect, has finished the preparations for his vigil and is escorted to the vehicles that will carry him to his vigil at the Cascade. During transit, he is granted ominous visions of events yet to come. Elsewhere in Chester's Chasm, Michael's master, Dominic Vega, entertains a mysterious guest on a different kind of hunt. Finally, Barbara Holcomb's traumatic home life was revealed, and her fate left in question. Please enjoy. Chapter 15. Our Lives Asunder, Part 1.
Michael, Bert has run off.
Good.
And you have the line of people making their way to the base of the cascade, where the falls empty into that gaping maw at the bottom.
Excellent. Someone to piss off. Fun.
Are you headed down to meet them?
Yes, with a jaunty step and a smirk on my face. I've had a fun time, let's have some more.
With Saline forgotten.
Sorry, friend.
And Bert having run off.
Hopefully Bert goes and finds actual real human help.
We'll see. You head down the trail that circles down to the bottom.
With every confidence.
Of course. And you find a vigil of a different sort. This group of people you recognize. They are students. They are parents that have gathered with candles, little personal torches for light, and it looks like they're setting up a memorial.
Who is this?
To Jacob.
Oh, fun. Who's in charge?
Taylor seems to be setting up the picture, setting up the candles on this walkway that spans the river. You have a couple of parents, mom and a dad, who ostensibly Jacob's parents.
Oh, good.
Then a small gathering of other students and adults.
Could I possibly help lead the vigil? and maybe lead a prayer.
Who are you talking to?
Taylor.
Give me a turn someone on.
Taylor, you know, I would just love if I could contribute to the memorial tonight. It would mean so much to me.
You're not using hypnotize, you're just...
I'm just turning someone on, which is a 7 total.
Taylor scowls and takes a long moment to make a decision. You seem to be friends with him at the dance, so...
We were so close.
Yeah, sure. In the spirit of things, sure. You can say a few words.
Thank you. And then, when everyone is gathered with the candles lit at the bridge, Michael will start, Ave Maria, gratia plena benedictus tecum, benedicta tu in fructus ventris tui Deus, Sancta Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, it's just Hail Mary in Latin. Thank you for asking. We were such close friends, and I think about the time, with my lips pressed against his neck, the closeness that we had, and how much closer it brought me to God.
Mid-sentence,
Yes.
a fist flies and cracks you across the jaw.
Ooh. From whom?
Taylor,
Okay.
who is fuming now. Go the fuck away.
I wasn't lying.
Taylor steps up to you. Take 1 harm, though.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah,
That would bring me to 4 harm.
really?
Yes. I'm not doing well.
How are you taking so much damage? Was that with the fight with the ghosts?
The fight with the ghost, and the knee to the balls, and there was one other harm I took. Yeah. I've taken a lot of harm.
Did you not do any, like, biting of Bert to heal any?
Oh, I did not heal from biting Bert. No, I did not bite Bert, I don't think.
But if you have sex with me, you get to hold 1, and if you get your 4th harm, you get to spend your hold instead of the repercussions.
Oh.
I was hoping to hold on to that.
Well,
Well, you can either spend that or lose all your strings.
It looks like...
Or die, which would be a choice.
Oh, golly. The choices. Shoot, I guess I'll have to lose all my strings.
Okay.
I have so many strings.
Oh, all right.
All the strings go away. I'm going to keep the boon from Bert. And does that mean all my harms are gone?
Yes, yes.
But I imagine with that punch to the face, I, like, tumble over near the bridge. I'm still in my darkest self, I just had to. I pick myself back up, maybe there's a trail of blood on the side of my mouth, and I walk with whatever dignity I can manage away.
Saline,
Yes.
the wolf has picked you up again some time ago and is dodging through the woods, carrying you, jostling you around in its mouth. At some point, as you near the falls, which you can hear the din of it just permeating through the woods, you think you hear Bert shouting.
Do I hear any specific words, or is it too far away?
You heard Bert calling for Crispin, weirdly.
It's gonna be a dumb decision. Am I able to call out? I don't know how I'm being held.
Sure. Yeah, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna take as big of a breath as I can, being in the jaw of a wolf, and also having had its paw on me for hours at this point, I'm assuming. Yeah, not doing great. It's fine. I'm just gonna take as big of a breath as I can and shout to try to project out. Just, Bert! And then I probably won't be able to say anything else because I'm assuming the wolf whose mouth I'm in is not gonna love that I did that.
It will definitely tighten, almost shake you a little bit, but then continue its slinking through the underbrush. Bert, you hear Saline shout from back toward the falls.
Saline, hey, where are you? Hold on, I'm here. I don't know where Michael is exactly. Where? Hey, and I want to head towards where I heard her voice coming from. We're here to rescue you.
Give me a runaway.
Okay, that is volatile?
Yes.
All right, I'm good at that. That is a 10.
Perfect. Wonderful. The wolf at this point is trying to be stealthy, trying to get to its destination quickly, but without being noticed. But at the same time is carrying a teenager in its face, which slows it down just a little bit and makes stealthing a little harder. So you lock onto its hulking form and chase it down through the trees. Do you wish to directly confront it, or are you going to wait to see what it does?
Directly confront it.
Choice.
Very good. We'll go ahead and resolve that.
Okay.
Saline, the wolf tosses its head and throws you.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Take a harm.
Oh, another one. Okay.
As you tumble through the underbrush. It moves close, but turns to face the oncoming threat of Bert. Bert, you nearly run into the thing, its blue eyes blazing with flame and burying its teeth in the dark. What do you want to do?
So how far away is Saline? Is it in between me and her?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close is it to me? Is it like, we're like right up in there?
You're probably 10 feet away.
Okay, and Saline is how far away?
20.
Okay. Did I see where she fell?
You can make her out in the very dim light.
Okay, I am going to call out to where I saw Saline fall and say, hey, Saline, Michael's here, you gotta find him. We're trying to help you. And then I'm going to put my hand in my pocket, run forward, jump at the wolf, hopefully grab onto it, and then take out the 2 little doubloons I have, put them on my eyes, and try to fall into the like secret base I have in the underworld with it.
This will be so cool if you can pull this off. Give me a lash out physically.
That is an 8.
I love Bert so much.
Oh yeah. All right. So on an 8, you do the harm, but you can choose one. Either it learns something about your true nature, gains a string on you. I decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
I think I should become my darkest self because it says you've abused your powers for too long. Death fires me. I lose all my abilities for working for death, and I have to find a way to resolve and repent. So I think I've been fucking around with forces that are outside of the realm of death. I brought this unearthly being that's outside of the realm into the realm of death. And so I think Amudo's pissed off at me, and we're gonna have a conversation about me being fired, and then I've got to work my way back to becoming Death's assistant, or like an agent of death in the future.
Okay, here's what happens. You leap at the wolf, who is expecting you to attack in some fashion, but not what you intend to do. So it leaps up to meet you. Teeth and coins collide. Take 1 harm.
Okay.
But you get the coins on and fall backwards with the wolf's momentum. The darkness rushes up. But pulling in a creature of this magnitude, and definitely one that is uninvited, has a strange feeling. You've done this fall into your sanctuary many times, but this is different. This feels wrong. So as you fall back and that darkness envelops the both of you, you tumble out onto rock and stone, the both of you. You find yourself not in your sanctuary, but on the shores of the Styx, the river that your sanctuary runs on.
Oh.
We will discover Bert's fate later. Crispin.
Hi.
The vehicles have all pulled up and parked, and the entourage is disembarking. Your father holds out your club very ceremoniously.
I take it, but I'm working very hard not to like just snatch it from him and stomp away. So I take it from him maybe a little less delicately than a smart person would, but I do kind of just like grab it and go, well, this is the day we've waited for.
It is. and I know that you will make me proud.
Any final words of advice, Father?
Keep the faith. Be vigilant, and all will be well.
Crispin resists the urge to say, well, as long as the faith keeps me. And he sort of gives a cursory, not a bow, but a little like nod. And that's off into the woods, I guess.
You will have this entourage, this procession, follow you up into the trails and up toward the cascades. As you round the corner and come around a copse of trees, you see the vigil for Jacob.
I think Crispin will see that, and there will be just this pit in his stomach as he thinks about how he couldn't save Jacob and how quickly he went from optimism that his father could help him solve this mystery to despair and realizing that his father was even more impotent than he thought and is now offering him up as a sacrifice to whatever evils are lurking around the chasm. And so in order to preserve his, like, I don't want to say spirits because I feel like he's probably pretty down in the dumps, but to preserve his, like, sanity, he will try to skirt around and give the vigil a wide berth, both so he doesn't have to think about it too hard and because he just does not want Deanna to, who is presumably there, to notice him.
Give me a runaway.
Fuck my life. Okay, so that's volatile?
Yes, it is.
Look at me knowing stuff. All right.
Question, is this before, during, or after Michael's whole mess?
After.
Okay.
So they're already riled. I love it. What'd you got?
Oh, that was a 10.
Oh, 10. Perfect. Wonderful. You manage to respectfully and quietly nudge the procession down a trail that winds a little bit further away from the vigil at the bottom of the cascade and head up to the top level. Once at the top, Father Miller steps forward to lay a final blessing on you.
Yay.
He will also point out on the way up where the sigil is.
Amazing. Crispin will absolutely take special note of that.
It is about halfway up the cascade behind the waterfall.
Okay.
You can just barely see it as you climb the trail. And it looks exactly like it did in your imagination.
But presumably all in one piece. This is pre-shatter.
Yes.
Okay.
Pre-shatter. Yeah.
Cool. I have a job tonight, friends.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, Crispin will, like, go through the motions of whatever this bullshit, like, pre-sacrificing me to the fucking chasm vigil is. But he is just itching to get away from these people.
Give me a keep your cool.
10. 10's my lucky number tonight, man.
Yeah, I know. You go through the motions and muster a sense of reverence, or a facade of reverence and duty. The facade of the dutiful son and soldier. Several torches are set up to provide you light, with a final, be ever vigilant. We will see you in the morning.
And I will respond forever in his name, as I've been trained.
The procession will depart and head back down the trail. Saline, you watch as Bert leaps out of nowhere, collides with the wolf. They fall into nothing and vanish. What are you doing from there?
Quick, I don't know, logistics question. I don't really know how to word that. Considering what harm is in Monster Hearts and how every player, like every character only has like 4 harm that they can take, I'm at 2. I'm just trying to get context for like how hurt I'd be so I can kind of decide how I should play it. And I'm realizing I've just never really considered that factor before. I'm assuming pretty hurt.
Consider where the harm has come from. You have the teeth marks of the wolf that have pierced your skin in several places. Not deep enough that you're like bleeding out, but your clothes are stained. You are bruised and probably have a cracked rib somewhere, whether from being tossed and thrown around or being sat on, essentially. So you're pretty banged up, but not like critically so.
That's kind of what I figured. I don't know, needed the clarification, I suppose.
Sure.
So I think I'd still kind of be on the ground. I think I would have been able to get myself to all fours, then watch them disappear, essentially. So I will just kind of take a second to realize, okay, the wolf has gone for the moment. I need to get out of here. And I need to try. Was it my dad coming for me or somebody from my dad coming for me?
Supposedly.
I forgot about that part. Yeah, no, I think still I'd want to get away from where the wolf just was. So I think I'd pull myself up and to the best of my ability try and figure out where out of the woods is and head that direction, and I'd probably try and run.
Give me a runaway.
That's volatile, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's 6. Yay, experience.
Right? Just like Bert before you, you become lost. You thought that you could hear the falls getting closer in a certain direction, but end up hearing them fade. And you find yourself lost in the woods. Michael.
Yes.
Where did you go after the falls?
I think I walked away rather indignant, but at some point I realized I had a friend who still needed help. Can I stare into the abyss and try to find Saline?
Yes, you may.
I got a 10.
Woo! Awesome.
Yes. Yes, because even -2, that is a 10.
You start toward the exit of the woods, but hear something. You hear the scuffling. You hear Bert shout.
Yes. There. Okay. And then I run.
You run straight to where the sound had been. You see the leaves and branches littering the ground that have been shuffled around, signs of a fight.
I can smell her blood.
And you can smell blood leading off in a very strange direction.
Yes.
Following it, you come across Saline.
Saline.
When you come across Saline, at this point, she is like in a full-blown panic. Like as soon as I figured out that I was lost, I think I would just kind of start freaking out and essentially be kind of sitting on the ground of the woods, curled up in myself. And when you say my name, I will just look up and just like, Michael, you found me?
Yes, I did.
Are you okay?
I'm delicious. How are you?
Still on the ground, I'm gonna start to kind of very slowly crawl back as slowly as I can, trying to not make any crazy sudden movements.
You know, I'm so thirsty. I've just realized.
Then we should probably find someone for you to drink from.
Yes, we should. Shouldn't we? Huh.
Well, I think that would be a good idea. Yeah. I'll continue moving back. Just continuing to try and slowly put distance between me and Michael.
Michael will get very close to you and just have his face right near yours. Can Michael try to turn you on?
Michael can. Michael can try. We'll see what happens.
Crispin is gonna be so upset.
Oh!
That's an 8 total.
So, in that case, you can give Michael a string. You can give yourself to him, promise something you think he wants, or act embarrassed and get awkward.
You know, you smell so delicious right now.
I'm going to give Michael a string on me. I think. Not I think. I'm making the decision. I'm going to give Michael a string on me.
And with the back of his hand, Michael's gonna stroke your cheek. I'm so glad you're so safe. Let's go find the others, shall we?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Let's. Yeah, that would be great. And his fangies will pop just a little.
I will back up a little more to try and bring myself to my feet, which will be slow going. I'm definitely quite hurt.
Yeah. How do you think Crispin's doing?
I don't know.
Direct eye contact. I bet he's wondering how you're doing. Let's go find him. And Bert. Yeah.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, Michael.
Good. Okay. Let's go.
Michael, as you lead Saline back toward the falls, to use that as a central point in which to exit,
Yeah.
you begin to hear shouting. A very heated argument between two groups of people. Crispin, you are posted up above the falls for maybe a mere 10 minutes before the sound of raised voices wafts up to where you stand vigil.
Are they voices I recognize?
They're hard to make out at first, but with a casual glance down, you see that your procession, your church members, have stopped to talk with Jacob's vigil down at the bottom.
God damn it.
And the arguing is growing louder. Mostly what you can hear is Jacob's party asking that the church members depart, leave them alone for their grief and their memorial. Your side, or the church's side, is offended that they were not allowed to offer prayers and blessings, and now are making the claim that Jacob's vigil is imposing on theirs.
I hate these people so much. I'm so tired. I hate these people.
Once Crispin clocks all of this, he takes a second to just be like, fucking kill me. Just, you know what? I take it back. Whatever's out here, just kill me. It's fine. And then he will sort of creep down all the times to not be supernatural.
I'm so useless. My stupid, dumb, white man uselessness.
So I think what happens, Crispin starts down because he's like, I'm going to go and I'm going to deal with this. But then he thinks about what the actual implication of, like, what would he even say? Is he going to tell his dad to leave? Absolutely not. Is he going to tell the vigil for Jacob that they can't be there? No, absolutely not. So what's he going to do? Fucking nothing. So I think what he does is he starts down and he's very much like, I'm going to break this up and it's going to be fine. And then he stops and he has this deep moment of feeling useless. He has this moment, this introspective moment of just, what good am I? And that stops him. You know, he had that moment of peace in the van when he had the vision of the sigil, but that doesn't change the fact that his father is offering him up on a silver platter to be slaughtered. But in this moment, facing a bloody death feels more doable than standing up to his father. So he's gonna get about halfway down, maybe even within sight of the altercation that's happening. And he's gonna turn and walk the other way and just go, you know what? Whatever's in the woods, just take me.
Wow. Okay. Simultaneously, Michael and Saline, you will emerge from the woods, just about running into Crispin.
What do we see? Paint us the tableau from our perspective.
I hate you so much.
You see Crispin walking away from an escalating situation of two groups of people, one of them armed with clubs, but still with weapons, about to come to blows.
With Crispin?
No, Crispin is walking away from that group.
Yeah.
We see Crispin.
Yes.
I think I would grab Saline by the wrist if I could and rush towards Crispin, if at all possible. If you would let me, Saline, I would drag you towards Crispin.
I think that when you grab my wrist, I'm definitely like, I don't love that, considering what happened just moments earlier. And so I'm definitely trying to get away from you. But in my current state, there's no way I'm strong enough or in the right mind enough to pull away from you.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's fairly easy. She's not a strong person in general, especially with her fatigue and stuff. So I'd say you can easily drag her over there. But she's like, just let go of me.
We're going to Crispin.
Come. And Michael is not exactly paying attention to your needs. So Michael is dragging you through the brush to Crispin. And when we get close enough, Crispin!
The entire time, I'm just like, yes, but you can let go of me. You don't need to. I can walk on my own.
Yeah, sure. Crispin!
As soon as he hears his name, he'll kind of like start a little bit, because I don't think any moment of the prep for this ritual included like anyone treating Crispin like a person and like saying his name and giving a shit. So I think that will kind of pull him out and just be like, oh shit. And the second his eyes lock on Saline, he will full out sprint and almost tackle her to the ground as he just sweeps her up into his arms, because he was expecting her to show up at the church or at his house or to follow his instructions in some way, which, you know, we all know is stupid, but he doesn't.
Wow. I guess I'm garbage.
He doesn't even hear that remark. He's so focused on Selena's here. She is relatively safe. I mean, she appears to be breathing, which at this moment is enough for Crispin, but that is where his focus is right now.
There's a lot of panic from Saline, just because of everything that's been going on that Crispin is unaware of. So when you do tackle me, basically, it would just be okay. Can we wait a sec? Can you please just step away? Like, it hurts. Crispin, please.
He'll immediately like put her down as soon as she asks, but I think his hands transfer to her face and he just like holds her cheeks and is just like, you were supposed to come. What are you doing out here? It's not safe.
I got a little sidetracked. I need you to know that I meant to come, and I was trying to get there. I was going to come. I promise.
It's fine. It's fine. You're here. You're here. You're both here. He finally, I think, acknowledges Michael.
And suddenly there is a hand caressing your cheek, Crispin.
Horrifying.
Glassy nails caressing your cheekbone.
And I've missed you so much. Where have you been?
I think he'll kind of jerk back from that and be like, Michael, what are you guys doing out in the woods? You were supposed to...
I'm so glad you missed me too.
Yeah, of course. But like, what are you doing out in the woods? It's dark and it's late.
What am I, chopped liver?
I don't think Crispin knows what to do with that. Why are you like this, Michael? Jesus. And I think after a moment, Crispin will kind of go, oh, is Bert with you? I thought the three of you were together.
We were.
Bert is, at this moment, I think Selena's going to start to panic again with kind of literally all the secrets she is keeping from Crispin specifically. And just, he is, indisposed at the moment. But the panic would be clear to Crispin that she's very upset about something.
What happened? Is Bert okay?
I hope so.
Did he get away?
Get away from what? From you?
Not me.
Michael?
Yes?
We are in the presence of someone who does not have all the information that we have.
Yes. Crispin, we love you so much.
That feels bad.
Screams break through your strange but joyous reunion as the two groups have come to blows behind you.
Fucker.
As you have experienced before, Crispin, those with weapons tend to win out. The violence is swift and brutal, but short-lived as the ground begins to shake. The very earth begins to quake beneath you.
Are we able to leave?
You can try.
Can I grab my friend's wrists and run away with them?
You can all give me a runaway if you would like.
This might sound weird, but is there anything familiar about this to me? The like shaking of the ground with the appearance of what might come next. And do I need to roll something to get that information?
All of you have sometime in your life in Chester's Chasm have experienced an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
They're not common, but they're not unusual. So this initially feels just like an earthquake, and it's something you just kind of have to ride out and hope that branches above you don't snap off and come tumbling down on your head.
You used the word initially.
Well, you can always gaze to see what the source is.
Let's do it.
Michael's just presuming this is all weird and terrible and is just going to grab his friends and run. But if Saline wants to think about what's happening, by all means, sweetheart.
It wouldn't take that long. It would just be like, do I know what this is?
Yeah, go ahead.
12.
Wow.
Ooh, golly.
I rolled a 10. I have a plus. No, wait, not 12. 11. Still pretty good, though. I rolled a 10. These dice get to stay.
You call upon your bloodline to reach into that connection to the Fey realm to see if that is the source. It is not. However, you feel magic. You feel something supernatural at play. And following it, you feel that the fighting groups, the violence that is happening, is swimming in a mist of influence, magical influence. And following the thread of that influence, you note a figure standing apart from the groups, very calmly, with no expression, simply observing, at least by mundane senses, is Dr. Miller.
And only Saline understands this?
Do I know Dr. Miller?
You do not.
I never would have introduced you.
Just making sure. All right, then hang on. I want to do something else real quick with that roll. And I meant to say this earlier, but I want to utilize my move, The Dark is Coming. When I roll a 7 or higher to gaze into the abyss, in addition to the regular results, I can ask the abyss one question about someone following or hunting me. My father is supposedly sending someone after me, which means they're following me. I would like to ask the abyss for a status update.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Check in. It's fine.
And I would probably say it just like that. It's just like, hey, Abyss. Hey, Bay Magic. Status update.
What's up, bitches?
Your fairy magic, your fairy bloodline will flare to life as the quake deepens. And there is the sound of grinding rock.
I think Crispin might find out Saline's a Fae tonight.
Never happened.
Crispin, you don't see it, but something tells you that your prophetic vision earlier is coming to fruition.
Well, shit.
Because shortly following the sound of that cracking rock, there is an explosion of light from down in the cascade.
I think that vision is at the forefront of Crispin's mind. So when he sees that light, and I think even hears an imperceptible to others crack, I think he would sort of unthinkingly turn to Michael, say, "Get her out of here," and he would sprint dead out towards where the sigil was pointed out to him earlier. And I think it's just like even a gut knee-jerk reaction. I don't think he even has control over it.
I will probably have you roll something. As that light flares, Saline, your Fey blood sings with the touch of the Fey realm, as energy from the realm just pours out in this torn open portal, and you get visions of your father's guards, whoever he had sent, dead. but you feel that same hunting presence that came with the wild hunt pouring forth toward the portal.
Michael is going to make direct eye contact with Saline and say, "What? Are you gonna let him tell you what to do? Don't you want to have a little fun?"
Can I smack him?
Give me a lash out physically.
Yeah, is that volatile?
Yep.
Cool. 11. Again, I'm just going to wind myself up and fucking smack you across the face, kind of with my nails too, almost clawing you a little bit. Just smack the shit out of you.
Oh, I guess you do want to have a little fun.
So that is harm, and you momentarily choke up before you can react.
Oh, Michael's gonna hold his cheek, smirk, see the blood on his hand from Saline's nails and lick it, savor it for a moment. As his cheek heals, I guess that's a no then? I thought you were more fun than that.
There are things at play that you nor anyone else understand.
Well, I guess if you want to be boring.
Crispin is running towards them. That light is the thing, the entity that's hunting me. It's the same. Something is coming and Crispin is running towards it.
Well, I guess then, if you want to let him die, I won't. And I'll go run and have fun fighting, because that sounds like the most messy bitch thing to do.
You absolute bitch.
I am also going after him, bitch!
Crispin, you said you were running toward the sigil. You climb back up the trail, that halfway point, shuffle in a little bit off the trail where it gets a little dicey as far as footing, and you get a closer look at the sigil, which now has a neat crack through the top part of it.
Presumably that matches what I saw in my vision.
Yes, to the T.
Cool, so I'm now convinced I am a prophet.
Yes!
I love that for you.
Oh, Crispin, baby.
I'm the chosen one, bitches!
You see this broken sigil. You now have this strange self-realization that now you're the chosen one. Michael and Saline, you are going after Crispin?
That's what I'm doing, even though Michael thinks I'm not.
I'm gonna follow along and cause as much chaos as possible.
Thank you to the Tabletop Tailspinners Network and director Emma Kokar for our home and their continued support. Huge shout out to our social media queen, Juicy Garland. Thank you for hyping us up. Thank you as well to this amazing cast and crew. MC and producer Mistress Winter, who can be found at Mistress Winter on most socials. Abby Marie Carter at Abby_Marie_Carter. Ben at DJ_Blindian. Juicy Garland at Juicy Garland, and myself, Kat Kellie, at Kat the Dungeon Mom. Let us know how we're doing. Rate us and leave us a comment, or email us at allourfaults@tabletoptailspinners.com. We love feedback because it helps to refine our show and make it better for you. We hope you'll tune in for part 2 in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening, and may you have someone who lovingly guards your heart. Bye.
Vago, please come get your whore. I can't with him anymore.
Damn! She's spicy!
I love you, Juicy.
I love you, Abby.
This has been a tale from the Tabletop Tailspinners Network.